All right, here we go. Let's take a look here. So what we need, crystal cave moss, where to farm. Academy. More. No, no. Okay, so it's on that little island thing, I guess. All right, let's go with it. not know how to get over there. I did not want to do that. Okay. I think we have to approach from the other direction. I'm gonna go buy something real quick here. Let's try this. Okay. Oh. Mhm.
Sorry for the delay.
Not a problem.
I was finishing up a match.
So, sounds like you had a pretty okay day then.
Yeah, it was fairly decent. Like I was telling you, DBD is a lot better now. I'll go over some things that make it better.
All right.
Now, I'm reasonably sure I've already told you about the changes to the HUD for survivors, where it actually shows you what the hell they're doing under their little player name and their little avatar picture in the fucking screen.
Right.
If they're healing, then it shows you that they're healing. If they're working on a generator, it not only shows you the generator, but it also shows you their progress. So if you happen to know where they're at, you also know what percentage the fucking generator's on. So in 3-gen situations like that, it also helps you to know, okay, this guy's working on a gen, let me split pressure. and stuff like that. Everyone, not just the obsession, but everyone when they get chased have little wings around their player head avatar thing. So you know when they're getting chased, you know when they're healing, you know when they're doing a totem, you know when they're doing a generator. So you actually know what people are doing, which is really nice. A lot of different perks have been buffed and nerfed and changed around and everything. The big one where Nurse was supposed to be super overpowered, they nerfed her into the ground again. Pretty much nobody plays her.
Oh, really? Wow, that's big.
And this is the biggest change ever, in my opinion, because it's what people have been begging for ages. They made the blood web not suck ass.
Oh, really?
Instead of holding it down, you only need to press the thing once and it'll instantly activate it. If you want to go down a certain tree, you just press the thing and it'll go down there. And then after you reach the first prestige level, in the center, there's a button you can push that says auto-complete blood web, which will just, if as long as you have the blood points to spend, it will automatically complete out the web for you, prioritizing perks, and if there are no perks to unlock, then it prioritizes the cheapest item in its blood web path, and it's really fast. You know, when you auto complete a maxed out blood web thing, it takes like 3 seconds to finish out.
I don't know why it took them so long. I thought they had something against those changes because they took so long
Well,
to do them, but
the answer is obvious. We were talking about this last year, remember? Since the Nemesis update and a year afterward, they lost 3/4 of the fucking player base.
right.
That's why they're like, oh fuck. So they started releasing a lot of characters that had like really new and interesting fun things that made the game different. And focused on changing the game in different ways. Instead of things just being oppressive and like obviously so good that you'd never run anything else, and just a lot of different quality of life things. The only other quality of life thing remaining is to just add voice chat into the game, but
Okay, so
they
the
don't need to do
Nicholas,
that.
what is up with the Nicolas Cage thing? Is it real?
Yes, they were gonna release Nicolas Cage into the game. I think what they were doing is that they were announcing it when it was like in the very early stages of it happening. So we're like, hey, we signed this deal, and then it got leaked out. So I am gonna check something real quick. Dead by Daylight, Nicolas Cage,
Like, is it just Nicolas Cage, or is it Nicolas Cage in like that movie where he's playing a vampire or something? Is it just the
or
meme?
uh, yeah, literally he's himself. The
Okay.
lore is during a film shoot, Nicolas Cage acts with such skill and gravitas that he accidentally summons the entity. Cage is thus sent to the fog where he fights for his life against all the different killers.
Okay.
The funny thing is that Nicolas Cage finally caved after years of people begging him to say he wanted to be in the game. He finally did after Sadako was added to Dead by Daylight.
Mhm.
And then when you remember that Nicolas Cage is basically a weeaboo up to the point where he married I'm reasonably sure she's Japanese. Matter of fact, let me check. What is the ethnicity of Nicolas Cage's wife? Yes, she's from Kyoto. As a matter of fact, he's such a huge weeaboo, he married a Japanese woman and had a bunch of Happa kids.
Good for him, I guess.
So, yeah, so as soon as the most iconic Japanese horror character was added to the game, it was like, oh, cool. And supposedly because they're doing the 7-year anniversary event right now, they finally added him into the game. I haven't seen him in the shop, but that's because I don't really look at the Survivor section of the shop. I'm pretty much only playing Killer. I'm gonna look at the store page right now, and I probably see him there. But Oh, cool. And his perks are memes too. That's pretty funny. Because like it's actually pretty funny. His perks are actual memes. His first one is while running, press the active ability button to run with knees high for half a second, which would slow you down, and then gave 25% haste for 2 seconds, followed by an unknown effect, one of the following. Expose for 12 seconds, gain 25% haste for 2 additional seconds, scream, but nothing happens, gain a random rare item in a hand with random add-ons and drop any held item. The same effect cannot happen twice in a row, causes exhaustion, and can't be as well exhausted. Then activates when you are in the killer's terror radius. Whenever you look at the killer, scream, then see the killer's aura for 5 seconds. There's a chance you will scream again. If you do, you will see the killer's aura for an additional 2 seconds. Perk then goes on cooldown for 60 seconds. Then his last perk activates when you're injured. Press the active ability button while crouched and motionless. Silently enter the dying state. When using, the name of the perk is Plot Twist. When using Plot Twist to enter the dying state, you will leave no blood pools, make no noise, and you can fully recover from the dying state. When you recover by yourself using Plot Twist, you are fully healed instantly and gain 50% haste for 4 seconds. This perk deactivates if you recover by yourself by any means. The perk reactivates when the exit gates are powered. So it's something that you can use once during the normal duration of the game, and then you get it again when the exit gates are powered. And that's pretty damn amusing, because if you use that in addition to tenacity, you can essentially just soundlessly and leaving no hints behind, you actually have the ability to drop to the ground anytime you want, and it also heals you up because it's only usable when you're injured. That's kind of cool. Like I said, all his perks are memes, but that's a pretty good meme.
Okay, I mean, what's next? Big Chungus?
Probably, yeah. Also, it's the most expensive DLC available in the game by far. Each pack is $30, Jesus Christ. But they released Attack on Titan skins, if you cared about that at all. And the new killer is interesting, a Survivor 2 that goes with them, because for whatever reason they go into the future to add a sci-fi bit. You might have seen gameplay of this guy maybe if you continue to pay attention to Dead by Daylight, I don't know. But it's like an android slash cyborg kind of killer. It's just a murder bot that's out to destroy all humans. Okay, on the store page, Nicolas Cage's DLC's not there yet. So maybe we're still waiting on it or something. Dead by Daylight, Nicolas Cage release date. He'll be introduced as the survivor of Chapter 28 and a half. The half-chapter DLC is scheduled to release on the 25th of July. Okay. So yeah, just 2 more weeks, basically.
Huh, okay.
Hey, that's pretty great. In the same week, the Venture Brothers movie comes out, and Nicolas Cage DLC. That's pretty good. Neat. So yeah, moral of the story is the game just feels a lot better right now.
Okay. Good news.
Since a lot of my other commitments have thankfully been taken care of, God bless the fact that I got 3 paychecks in June. My God, I wish I got 3 paychecks every month, dude. Let me tell you. Holy shit. But yeah, when I get paid again the day before my birthday, I should be able to get Diablo without any problems.
Will you have time to play it? Is the question.
Um, well, I get Fridays and Saturdays off, so Friday's the day before my birthday, and then there's Saturday, the day of my birthday. Uh, and I have both of those days off. Now, my family has generally stopped doing things for me a long time ago. I have my fingers really, really crossed that I could do something with Callie, but she's probably going to work. So, I don't know. Um, it's going to be a case of this. This is going to be one of those years where they make up for the birthday. You know, where you do something after because it's a
Yeah.
bad time right now.
Which
So if
I
that's the
mean, I
case,
can
no, I'll probably just spend it by myself then. Yeah.
I mean, I can understand that. If it's a bad time, it's a bad time. That happens. And again, like, I'm basically your age, and I don't do very much on my birthday. So I get it.
Yeah. You know, it's just one of those things where you wish. Because I mean, it's not like it comes as a surprise. You wish that people would be like, "Oh, let me take the time." And the only reason that I say that is because I do that for others' birthdays. Like her birthday, I took the day off work intentionally, and then we like spent the whole fucking day together. And I'm like, you can't do that for my birthday. Did that for your friend's birthday a month ago. Fuck. What are you gonna do? Anyway, I find it really entertaining that Jonah Hill is getting blasted by so many women on Twitter. Because literally all he's doing is just setting boundaries. Like, I love what he said, which is, if you want to do all this stuff, that's fine. But if you want to do all this stuff, then I don't think we're a good match together. You know, we probably shouldn't be partners. But if you want to be in a relationship with me, this is what you got to do. And I'm all like, yeah, exactly. Because there's like fucking 8 billion people on this planet. You know, a relationship is about compromise. You know, you can't just do anything the hell you want and then just expect them to always be okay with that. But if there are certain things that you just really, you're like, okay, I don't want you to do this, you don't have to stay in the relationship if they keep doing it. So for a guy to set boundaries like that and tell her, if you don't like this, you know, you can leave. Uh, but if you want to stay with me, then this is what you have to do, because if you don't stop doing this, then I will leave. I'm like, that is a completely adult thing. That's an absolutely 100% excellent take. 'Cause I mean, like, here's a good example. Former First Lady Melania Trump. When she was a model, she occasionally took nude photos. Trump started dating her while she was still actively a model. As a matter of fact, they got married while she was still actively a model. Surprise, surprise, when they got into a relationship together, she no longer took nude photos. Probably had a similar discussion of like, hey, by the way, as long as we're together, yeah, probably don't do that.
I mean, it seems like a pretty good trade-off when you consider like whatever Jonah Hill's net worth is. That's got to be worth not
Right. Matter of
exposing
fact.
your
And
exposing
I
your
mean,
pussy.
it's not even like she does nude stuff. The only thing he's telling her is stop posting pictures of you in a bikini on your social medias. It's like, she's a professional surfer and everything. Okay, wonderful. First of all, you're not making anywhere near as much money as he is, so, you know, if you want to just do something like that in your spare time, fine. It is like, don't hang around with your friends who are sluts, who you partied with and rode strange dick together when you were younger, before you were with me. You know, if you want to be with me, then those days are over. Stop hanging around with guys, because a lot of these guys that you're quote-unquote friends with are the same dudes that you rode fucking years ago. That's not okay. Quit it. and just stop posting pictures of yourself in a bikini on your social media. Everyone's like, but she's a professional surfer, blah, blah, blah. It's all like, the fucking...
Not anymore.
Or not even that. Just sit there and say, well, don't be you posting the pictures on your social media then. He's not saying don't ever go to the beach again. He's not saying never surf again. He's not saying quit your job.
Mm-hmm.
He's just saying, I don't want you to be the one endorsing that. Because when you're endorsing that, you know, it's all like the media will do whatever the hell they want. They're gonna fucking put pictures of you in a bathing suit on magazines and shit because it sells magazines, because sex sells and all that shit. It's all like, now they're doing what they do, but you doing that, what the fuck, you know? Totally different
Just do
thing.
the fucking, what's the name of the black comedian who died a few years ago?
Gotta be more specific.
Patrice
There
O'Neill.
you go.
You are now a professional Jonah Hill fucker. That's your job now, not surfer.
Yeah, that too. I mean, that whole bit was originally done the best by Eddie Murphy when he was talking about Johnny Carson's wife. When Johnny Carson was getting a divorce, and he, you know, his wife was taking hundreds of millions of dollars in the divorce, and he was all like, now why the hell does that make any sense? Because what do you actually do in that marriage? Johnny Carson is so rich, your only job as his wife is to fuck Johnny Carson. That is it. You don't cook, you have chefs. You don't clean, you have maids. The only thing you do is fuck Johnny Carson. You don't go to work and say, "Oh, Johnny, I made $10 today, so now we have $300,010." Like, what the fuck? And you're exactly correct. So I don't know what the name of his fucking ex-girlfriend is. People are talking about how it's controlling, and it's all like, if it's controlling, then break up. If you're like, I don't like that, okay, you don't have to stay with them. Sarah Brady, there we go. So now, Sarah Brady. Surfer. Yep. Okay, so Jonah Hill's net worth is estimated to be about $75 million. Sarah Brady's net worth as of 2022, where her career, by the way, was boosted by being Jonah Hill's girlfriend. Her net worth is $3 million. And that's not nothing. And again, you know, like, hey, if you don't like it, quit. You're a professional surfer. You're not going to starve. But come on. Like, if you didn't have a job at all, you'd be fucking fine. And he's not saying quit your job. Like, fuck, I'll read the whole thing. He said, if you need to surf with men, have boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men, to model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, to have friendships with women who are in unstable places and from your wild recent past beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something respectful, I am not the right partner for you. If these things bring you to a place of happiness, I support it completely, and there will be no hard feelings. These are the boundaries for romantic partnership, for me. My boundaries with you, based on the way you're behaving, have hurt our trust. Where is any of what he just said there controlling? Like, yes, he's posting a list of things, don't do this, but he's saying these are what my boundaries are. You can't be doing this if you want to be in a relationship with me, and if you want these things more than you want the relationship with me, fantastic. I completely support you being happy in your life. That's important, but we're not a good match. Because I don't want my partner to be doing those things.
You know, looking at Jonah Hill, I would have bet just about anything that he was a cuck, so this surprises me.
It does surprise the hell out of me too. But at the same time, think about the body image issues that this guy's had his entire life. He got famous in the first place, literally, for being the archetypal typecast fat guy character in big budget Hollywood movies.
Yeah,
Now
basically.
that helped him to have a successful career, definitely, because he was the best fat guy in Hollywood. That's what got him in The Wolf of Wall Street. It's what got him in a Moneyball. It's what got him in a Megamind. You know, absolute titanic movies of the industry. Uh, but
I mean, he got nominated for Oscars and stuff. I mean, he's
yeah,
doing okay.
it exactly. He's extremely talented. It was because I slipped a Megamind in there thing. That's
Yeah,
why I was laughing.
I
But
understand.
yeah. Because of all that, when you think about it from that perspective, he's like, okay, he has probably been shit on his entire life, and then through hard work and determination, he managed to make it to a place where almost no one who has ever lived has ever managed to make it. This guy isn't just a millionaire, he is a big-time millionaire. He has an 8-figure net worth, and it's not hard for him to go be in another big-budget movie that's going to get him paid a lot of money. So,
He's gonna
at
get
this
in a
point in
Marvel
his
movie eventually.
right at this point in his life, all he's got to do is just sit there and say, "Okay, now I'm gonna get mine." So when he gets into a relationship with a very attractive woman, he's gonna sit there and say, "Okay, now you are my girl." It's not just her; it'd be anyone who ended up in that situation with him. He's like, "I don't want you to be giving away for free to all these other dudes what I've earned." Because when you look at the laundry list of shit that he's talking about there, what he's talking about is stop giving away your sexuality to free to other men. Stop it. Which is a pretty basic ask. All these sleuths on Twitter who are just like fucking tearing him to shreds because like, my god.
Sure, every last one of them would make that trade if it meant being with somebody who was worth $75 million. And also, like, I'm not going to say he's an attractive guy because he's not, but he seems to be a genuinely funny guy.
He also has the ability to be attractive because he gained a lot of the weight back, but he did lose the weight.
Yeah, like, do you like, you know who Pete Davidson is, right?
I'm reasonably sure.
He was on SNL. He's an actor, not a. He's basically he's a fucking ugly dude. Like I don't, as near as I can tell anyway, he's ugly. Yet he keeps hooking up with some of the most beautiful women out there. It seems like just because he's funny. That's the only way I can put it. People think he's funny, and he parlays that into being successful with women.
Yeah, he looks like a 14-year-old with a really wide mouth.
Yeah, and apparently he has a Hillary Clinton tattoo on his chest or something. So you
Ugh.
put it all together, and it's like, what the fuck is up with this guy? But he was dating Ariana Grande for a while. And as near as I can tell, it's just because he's funny and rich. That's the only thing I can think of.
It's not on his chest. He got it on his leg.
Okay.
He actually, unironically, has a tattoo of Hillary Clinton on his leg. That's fucking sad. Wow. Anyway, so yeah, I'm looking at this, what's her face? The Sarah Brady broad. I'm not going to sit here and say that she's unattractive, but, and I do genuinely mean this kind of thing. When you live in Southern California, you see women on this scale thousands of times every day. Like, it's literally, she's a dime a dozen kind of broad. Now, she's probably the appeal to Jonah is that she's attractive, plus she has her own money, so he knows that she's not just with him for his money in the same way that he wouldn't know that, like, if he started dating a waitress.
Yeah.
But she is not worth this level of headache. And I mean, obviously he figured the same thing on account of the fact that this is all coming out because that's his ex.
Right.
And this is her first response, you know, when they break up, she's all like, look at how fucking abusive and controlling he is. And literally. It's just like, stop posting sexual pictures on your social media. Stop having inappropriate friendships with men who used to fucking run you through. Stop hanging out with all your hoe girlfriends that are encouraging you to get ran through. Like, what he's literally trying to do is prepare this girl for the concept of marriage, and she's just like, no! How dare you take away my freedom? Oh my god, dude.
So this is kind of unrelated to what we've been talking about, but I kind of want your take here, just for fun. So Luka Doncic, proposed to his girlfriend, I think it was earlier today, and she said yes. But what I want to ask you, do you think Luka Doncic's girlfriend is attractive or not?
Let me find out, Luka Doncic. Beyonce is literally the automatic autocomplete, so... Okay, she has a nice body. Let me look at a better face shot. She's not bad. Not bad at all.
Not
As
your
far
favorite,
as
good?
as far as professional athlete girlfriends go, she's definitely pretty high up there. Because a lot of them look pretty basic and not too good. But yeah, she looks good. Why?
No, I was just wondering if she was the type of girl that you would typically find attractive, because a lot of the times I feel like you typically don't go for that kind of girl. But I looked at her and was like, wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, when I sit here and say that she's not my type, what I mean is, like, I have a very defined type, but I'm not going to sit here and say she's unattractive, and I'm not going to sit here and say she's not beautiful. Like, way to go, Luca, but just because a girl's not my type doesn't mean that they're not really attractive, you know?
It does occur to me, I have no idea what Jokic's wife looks like. As I'm sitting here thinking about it now.
Aw, they look so cute together. Wow! Way to go, Mrs. Jokic. I'm reasonably sure they were together, like, when they were in high school, man, because that is an old fucking photo of those two. From the small city of Sombor in Serbia, they met in high school. Nice. High school sweethearts from a tiny-ass city in Serbia. Way to go.
So he did not do the Russell Wilson.
Correct. More to the point, she actually brought him here.
Hmm.
Because, after high school, she was selected to play volleyball at Seminole State College in Oklahoma. And then he was balling in the Euro League and everything, but when the Nuggets drafted him, she sponsored him to bring him. Yeah, that's pretty funny. And that is exactly correct. As soon as Nikola got drafted, she immediately gave up her career to move in with him. That is correct. Like, why the hell would you keep playing volleyball? At that point, whatever. They got married 3 years ago in their hometown. It's pretty lovely. I hope.
That's flipping huge. The one thing about the Jonah Hill thing that some people have pointed out is
Mhm.
that I guess before they got into a real relationship, but when they knew about each other, he seemed fine with her doing that stuff. I guess some people are saying like, oh, that's like him moving the goalposts or something. I don't really see it that way, but that's one thing that some people on my Twitter feed were talking about today.
Um, it's moving the goalposts if he says all that shit a week into the relationship. But if they'd been dating for a long time, and he's all like, "Yeah, okay, I'm not alright with this anymore." It's because now that the relationship is getting more serious, it's time for her to start taking it more seriously too. You know? And that's also a really big thing is when you first start dating, you don't know anything about that person and you don't know if you're going to be a good match and all this other kind of shit. Like you're just getting to know them. So something might annoy you, but it's all like, dude, we've known each other for like a week. I'm not going to tell her to stop. But you know, after you've been dating for a number of months and it's getting serious, it's like, okay, by the way, that. Like that's how relationships work. They're like, all right, could you quit? You know, because no one's perfect, and like very rarely in life is there going to be a match where you just like completely mesh together so absolutely perfectly that nothing that the other person ever does bothers you.
Right.
I just love how like pretty much every dude on the planet is just like, hell yeah, he's a fucking king, man. I stand with him. He didn't do nothing wrong here. Oh man, love it. And then you get this shit from actual, oh my god in heaven. A fucking Twitter account here. A very high post on like the Twitter thread where all this shit's coming down is from an actual no bullshit porn star. Uh, her fucking Twitter bio says, "My girlfriend and I look good on video. See for yourself. Daily posts and weekly new videos on my OnlyFans. $15 DM fee, and then like a ton of different fucking links to all of her different porn that she does." And then she makes the post that says, "It broke my heart to see her trying to keep him happy, asking if she could just keep up her best surf video." Like, of course, the one fucking girl who's caping up for, oh my god, she's trying so hard to keep him happy, it breaks my heart, is the fucking porn star. Oh my god. Uh,
Did you see the thing on social media a couple days ago about the guy who was posting about how this guy whose wife is a porn star, and she did a porn video, and he was like, I watched it, and it was hot, man. And like,
Yeah, I saw that guy. Good lord.
clown world, bro. Clown world. Okay.
Oh yeah, there's more of the Jonah Hill texts that people are like, you're not sharing all the context here. Look at how awful it gets. So he says to her, take some accountability and operate with respect. It's that simple. 'Cause I'm tired of your attitude towards surfing culture and that contest and that place because I deserve respect, period. I've been more than patient. Oh yeah, that sounds totally abusive. I'm all like, I've literally said almost these exact same words in my relationships. Like, I think fucking every single guy in the world has. He just asks his woman to take some accountability and to treat him with respect. To treat him with fucking respect. It's not a difficult concept. And you say that shit, and then here comes the fucking clam coven, who all start calling you fucking misogynist and controlling and abusive and all sorts of shit. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Well, I hope Jonah finds happiness.
See, what's even funnier is that she has this one. She's like, Dr. Stern. She's adding context there. Dr. Stern is a couples therapist they were seeing once a week for about 4 months. And he said, I don't know if you get it or care, or even give a shit. Even Dr. Stern has said it loud and clear that you care more about that shit than you do about me. And I'm all like, dude, I sympathize with this guy so badly. I've had so many relationships like this where you fucking have a fight like this, where you're like, how the hell could I possibly be in the wrong? I'm asking for something so simple and basic here. And even other people who you look to as being a voice of reason and respect, even they fucking agree with me on this. I've had so many instances like that in my life, and I'm sitting here like, I empathize with this man so much. Hill has gained a fan. He's an absolute king. Oh my god.
God damn it. Now I hope Jonah Hill finds happiness.
Seriously.
That's really all I can say.
And he essentially they broke up because he's got a new movie coming out, and he's all like he's talking with all this because he's like, 'cause these are my boundaries and I want you to treat me with respect, and I want to know if you can meet my expectations here before the premiere, so I'm not put in the position of publicly flaunting our love if my boundaries are going to continue to be disrespected. That would be very hurtful for me. And then because he had the audacity to be a man and to say something would be hurtful, the women are ripping him to shreds for being vulnerable for a minute. Yeah, like, goddamn, every guy who has ever been treated like shit by a woman in his life can empathize with what Jonah's going through, man. Every guy who's ever been in a toxic relationship, every guy can fucking empathize with this.
What's his upcoming movie, by the way?
I'm not sure. But she goes like, because what you're talking about with moving the goalposts, I think it's because she says here, she's like, well, maybe you should have asked me more about what I do for work before you decided to date me then. A little late now. And he's all like, hey, go model. It's a fulfilling life. You'll love it. There's a lot of real depth and substance and sustainability for relationships in that world, in that life, in that career. Something that you really love and want, you'll be able to find happiness there. Just not with me. And I'm like, dude, fucking like, what's hard about understanding this shit he's saying? Like, come on. Trying to. Rather just look at his fucking filmography. This may have been for the premiere of You People, which is the last one that came out, but then there's a movie he's making right now called Outcome, which may have been what they're talking about. It's expected to come out. Yeah, actually that tracks. I think it's this one, because he's the director and the writer, and is the sidekick co-star to Keanu Reeves in the lead role, and it comes out in November. So I completely see where he's coming from with that, because that's a huge premiere. He's the director, writer, and playing the lead supporting role. It's a pretty fucking big deal. So yeah, you'd probably want to know, hey, is this relationship serious or not? I can dig it.
Like, I don't know how the general public will take this whole thing. I don't know what percentage of people will side with her versus side with him. It might be fairly even in all likelihood. That's usually how these things unfortunately turn out.
Right. We all know exactly how this is gonna go. Pretty much all women who cape up for Team Woman will side with her, calling this abusive. And then every simp who just wants a crumb or a whiff of pussy will also cape up for this broad and say, Jonah Hill's evil. But then anybody with any kind of sense, every dude who's ever been in a toxic relationship in his life, and every woman who's like trying to be a trad thought kind of broad, like Candace Owen already is fucking caped up for Jonah here. So any broad like that will obviously come to say, da da da.
Well,
but
yeah.
Anyone who's level-headed would be able to side with Jonah here, because everything he's saying is completely reasonable.
Yeah. But it kind of makes you think of Al Franken had a tweet a few days ago that I think was meant to bash the Supreme Court decision in the case of the gay wedding Supreme Court decision. But the way he worded it, it sounded like he was defending it, and a lot of people were trying to figure out what he was exactly trying to say. I'll go get the tweet in 1 second.
I'll search for it myself. Al Franken. Yeah, I'm reasonably sure this is it. A Colorado woman asked me to write homophobic and anti-Semitic jokes to express her hostility to gay marriage and Jews in general to promote her non-existent web design business. Do I have to?
Yeah, and I think somebody like Styxhammer replied to it and was like, "Well, according to the Supreme Court, no, you don't," and that's got to be a good thing, right?
Seriously.
But yeah, what's he trying to say with that tweet?
See, that's the thing, is that all the retards who are just, on always lefties, always all this crazy shit, what they think the Supreme Court did was make discrimination legal. So now everyone is allowed to be as bigoted as they want. Which ironically is true, but in the same way, like, you can be as big of a bigot as you want in any direction you want. Now you don't have to fucking cater to those people if you don't like them. Used to before. Because I would sit there and say that a gay couple that drives almost 100 miles out of their way, passing up over 60 competitive bakeries, including something like a dozen that were owned by Muslims, specifically to go to a Christian-owned bakery that advertises their Christian faith as being part of their business, just to request that they make an extremely homoerotic gay wedding cake. I would consider that bigoted, because you're trying to force people. It literally is equivalent on the same level of being a neo-Nazi and going to a Jewish bakery and asking for a cake, for a wedding cake that's covered in swastikas.
hmm
Like, saying that Christian baker was forced to fucking make that cake for that gay couple when doing something like that was extremely offensive to him, just because you don't like him and don't agree with him, that's fucked up. It's a complete violation of his rights. But if that guy, again, the analogy I love, if you went to a pizzeria called Adolf's Pizzas, everybody working there was a fucking Nazi and they refused to serve Jews. If you walk in there as a Jewish person and demand that they make you a pizza anyway, do you even want to eat a pizza that was made by a bunch of Nazis? Why the hell would you?
Maybe it's a really good pizza.
Yeah, man. Maybe they're on to something with that whole Aryan bloodline thing, because they make the best pizzas, let me tell you. I mean, goddamn, dude. Like,
Make it make sense.
they're just angry that they can't bully people that they disagree with to doing whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, I remember Gavin McInnes had a thing that he would do when he was talking about political stuff. He would say, like, I used to be supportive of same-sex marriage until I realized that it wasn't about getting married, it was about bullying Christians.
Pretty much.
What's your opinion of gay couples adopting children? Had a bunch of people on Twitter get in a fight about this the other day.
I'm only going to say two things about it. There's a lot of people in the world who are parents who shouldn't be. But that doesn't mean that just because you shouldn't be a parent, you deserve to have the opportunity. Good God.
You don't miss.
And I'm checking Sticks and Hammer's Twitter feed right now to see if,
He tweets a lot, so you might have to go back a little bit.
yeah, it's going to be a minute.
I've actually grown to really like Sticks and Hammer. I only started following him a few days ago. Or no, excuse me. I should say a few months ago. He's like a less confrontational Razor Fist, I think.
Yeah, the two get compared a lot.
Hmm.
Wow, that's hilarious. On his feed, he quotes a Rolling Stone tweet that says, "Sound of Freedom, the QAnon-tinged thriller about child trafficking, is designed to appeal to the conscience of a conspiracy-addled boomer. And yet it made more money in its opening weekend than Indiana Jones did when they were actively competing against each other."
Rebased.
Obviously, there's a lot more people in this country that want to watch the QAnon-tinged conspiracy-addled bullshit than Kathleen Kennedy's nonsense. Yes, Queen Slay, female Indiana Jones nonsensical crap. Ooh.
Mads Mikkelsen is wonderful, though.
Yes, that's why I'm disappointed, actually. Yeah, you know, recast Mutt, have him be the primary protagonist, have Harrison do a role swap where now he's playing the same role that Sean Connery had in The Last Crusade. And then it's a fantastic movie. Just replace a recasted Mutt into the exact same role that essentially that Whammon had, and
Thing
you can
is,
make the exact same movie. It's probably better.
Harrison Ford is so good at playing a cantankerous, miserable old man who doesn't enjoy anything. Like, I don't want to take that away from him.
And he can be a cantankerous old man that doesn't enjoy anything. As a foil to a cocksure, excited, uh, reflection of his younger self,
Yeah.
guy that is his son.
I mean, I haven't seen Last Crusade in a while, but to my recollection, Sean Connery was like having more fun than Harrison Ford. Like,
Yeah, he was having a great deal of fun, but at the same time, it's because he didn't take his son seriously. Because he didn't know anything about his son, and he didn't know what his son was capable of. So, because we've already been with Indy for 2 films, it was in its own way comedic to us, the audience, through dramatic irony, because he didn't know that his son was capable of these things. We've already seen Indy kick all kinds of ass. So then, it makes it come off as comedic relief when he just sits there and he's all like, "And who's going to save you, Junior?"
yeah, it's true.
You know? Whereas it's a fucking layup to just have, when I say the reverse, I mean now he's the old man who needs to be chaperoned by his capable son. But because of how Harrison's different as a person and Indiana's different as a person, it's a layup in terms of the shit that he'd been able to do. He watches Mutt easily deal with a bunch of Wilson's goons, and then maybe he'll say some shit like "you missed a spot," and then he'll just like smack a guy who was struggling to his feet over the head, with the butt of his revolver or something, or just like, "Back in my day, we used to," whatever. Like the shit practically writes itself. Cantankerous old man is easy to write. And since we already know the character and love the character, it fits really good. Just recast his son and then have it be that. It's not fucking hard. Because then you also have a direction for the franchise to head in now. This is the last Indiana Jones movie. But then you've got, have Mutt change his name to something that's better as the title of a movie, and then it'll be Whatever Jones. And then move on in that direction.
His name, like, Hannah Montana or some shit.
Yeah. Instead of going back to 212 BC, they actually do successfully go back in time to 1939. He changes his name to Adolf Jones.
No, what if they go back? What if they went back to 1939 and like history had been changed. Instead of all the posters of Hitler, it's posters of Shia LaBeouf as Mutt Jones. And he's like become instead of getting killed in Vietnam, he went back. He went back in time somehow and became the leader of the Third Reich, like Foxford.
Oh man, that would be absolutely fucking amazing. And then all the fucking German people are chanting, "He will not divide us."
Oh my god.
Oh man.
It would have been like the ending. Did you ever see the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes, the shitty one?
With Mark Wahlberg?
Yes.
Yes.
It would be like the ending of that movie where he comes forward. No, he goes back in time, and instead of Abraham Lincoln at the Abraham Lincoln statue memorial, it's fucking Thane.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln. Jesus Christ.
He was.
Apes. I mean kangs.
That's not gonna work.
Alright, so July 5th. That's how far I gotta scroll down here. Whew.
Yeah, he tweets a lot.
To be fair, it is literally his job.
Hmm. To be fair, you have to have a very high IQ to wield the Moonveil blade.
Paste.
Lubba lubba dub dub.
It's hilarious though, going back and seeing all these different idiot lefties who are all like, "There's no evidence Hunter was the one who left the cocaine in the White House." And it's all like, Hunter self-identifies as a crack addict. He was in that room 3 hours before the bag was found. Why is it so difficult for you to put two and two together?
Yeah.
Because I mean, the Razor Fizz made a great point with it when people were talking about it. He was all like, nobody would have questioned it belonged to the Bush daughters if it was W in a White House and this happened. If it happened when Clinton was in the White House, everybody would have said it was Bill's. Oh man.
Poop my pants and have sex. Have sex.
Good stuff. Oh, there we go. Al Franken appears to accidentally show why the 303 creative decision was a good call by SCOTUS.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That,
saying.
that was...
Again, I not to the same degree, but it's kind of like when Sotomayor said, "What's next? Do we allow businesses to not service interracial marriage if they don't approve of interracial marriage?" And it's like, yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Because there's always another place that you could go to. You know? Because I mean, if you really wanted your wedding to be done in a church, but the church itself denies your wedding, they don't want to do it, You could just go to another church of that same denomination.
There is no shortage of heathen churches these days.
Right. So even if you go to an actual church that says we don't want to do your gay marriage wedding, you could go to a quote-unquote Catholic church that is a female lesbian priest who's like, oh yeah, totally. So like it's not going to be fucking recognized by anybody, but you're all just LARPing anyway, so like what the fuck? Who the hell cares? You know? The extent of the complaint is that you're mad that they didn't want to do it for you, and it's all like, well, if they don't want to do something, you can't force them.
You know, sometimes it's hard to grant one person or entity freedom without infringing on the freedom of another person or entity. So you have to make compromises. You have to decide when it's acceptable to make a small infringement on someone's freedom. Like, does the ruling infringe on someone's right to get married at a particular church? Maybe. But that's something that is more acceptable because there are always going to be other churches or other bakeries or whatever. But you can't really... There's no real undoing the fact if you infringe on someone's freedom and force them to administer a wedding that they don't support on moral grounds.
Right.
Like, if the case was a gay person who maybe they knew he was gay because he was wearing a t-shirt that said I'm gay or something, tried to go into a bakery and get a cake off the shelf and they were like, we don't serve your kind here, get the fuck out, they probably would have come to a different ruling. I don't think that would have been allowed. I don't think that would have been okay. That's a civil rights issue. Again, this was because they wanted a custom homosexual cake.
Right. Not only that, but even if somebody has a problem on moral grounds, sometimes if you just flash a little bit more green, suddenly they don't care as much. I was reading a story the other day. It was from the subreddit Pro Revenge, and the moral of the story is that the author is an artist, and specifically of a very talented graphic design, computer imaging artist, while also being very talented as just a regular run-of-the-mill pen and paper drawing artist. And he was commissioned by a guy to draw what was essentially an erotic comic book about him and his boyfriend.
Right.
And he didn't object on like moral grounds of like, well, you know, I believe that homosexuality is a sin, so much as he's like, dude, drawing two dudes is kind of gross. I don't know about that. The guy was like, okay, we'll give you $5,000 per page. And he said, sold.
Yeah. Like, think about it this way. Like, Snacks, how much money would someone have to pay you to suck a dick?
I don't want that on record.
See, the point that I'm trying to make there, ladies and gentlemen, is that there is a number. Snacks won't say what it is, but there is a number.
Right.
He hates.
I don't want to.
Yeah, he's not gay,
myself.
but everyone has their price.
$20 is $20.
I'm not gay.
Oh,
$5 is $5.
Exactly. Oh man. Fucking unbelievable kind of shit. So yeah, what's really funny is the affirmative action one, where the Supreme Court said that the affirmative action was in its own way discriminatory and was a violation of people's 14th Amendment rights.
Yeah.
People said it's a huge victory for white people, but the plaintiffs were Asian, who were filing a suit against affirmative action because of a UCLA type thing, where they're like, okay, even though I did fucking excellent and I met their minimum standards if I was another ethnicity, I don't meet their minimum standards because I'm Asian, because there are too many Asians at this university. It's a complete violation of my 14th Amendment rights. And the Supreme Court said, you're absolutely correct. Affirmative action is fucked up, and we're gonna get rid of it now. So even though it was Asians who were filing the suit, who were the plaintiffs in the case, everyone's like, this is a huge victory for white people. It's like, really? I think the fact that pretty much every medical school in the country is guaranteed to now be 95% East Asian.
My favorite
They're
part
pretty huge.
was when Joy Reid came out and said, I wouldn't have gotten into Harvard if it weren't for affirmative action. Everybody was like, yeah, we know.
Yeah. Everyone was all like, and the last horse crosses the finish line. We've known that for decades, lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay, this guy's probably going to be a huge pain in the ass, but let's give it a shot. It's not like I have runes on me right now. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to this fight. Oh. Yeah, see, it's shit like that, man. Okay, this actually is not so bad. I feel like I fought an easier version of, a weaker version of this guy who was tougher. Now, let's see, maybe he has a second phase or something.
Probably. I'll watch it right now. That, the character design looks like this would absolutely be the final boss if this was an anime.
Yeah, this is actually a completely optional boss. But he is one of the final bosses of the game, in terms of difficulty.
What I would do to subvert expectations if it was me is I would have someone who looked like this be the first boss of the game.
Yeah. Did you ever play the Spider-Man 2 video game? That was like the GTA clone with Spider-Man. It was on Xbox and PS2 and GameCube, that era.
I don't think so.
Right. Well,
Doesn't sound familiar.
one part in the game where you fight Mysterio, and when the fight starts, he gets 3 gigantic health bars, and it's, you know, propped up like it's going to be some super hard boss fight. You punch him once, and he instantly goes down. Like, all 3 health bars just plummet down to nothing the second you lay a punch on him. Like, the whole boss fight's a fucking joke. It gets hyped up like crazy, and then he goes down in one hit. Alright, got him. No problem.
That reminds me of Marvel Ultimate Alliance, where one of the first bosses you fight is Mysterio. And while it's a little tough the first time you go through it, because you have the ability to go back and refight old boss fights, well, just replay old levels in general for collectible stuff and all that shit. You know, you can go back there when you're like max level and have a shit ton of amazing gear and everything and fight Mysterio, and it's basically like instant, you kill him. Like instantaneous death.
I mean, when you think about it, Mysterio should go down pretty easily, given what he is as a character.
Yeah. Anyone that gets played by one of those Brokeback Mountain boys is a cream puff.
You know that guy, apparently he doesn't shower?
Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah. Apparently he, like, doesn't believe in showering or something. Moist Critical was talking about this on one of his recent streams. He's one of those guys who doesn't believe in showering.
Jake Gyllenhaal has clarified that he does shower following his previous comments claiming that he finds bathing to be less necessary.
Okay.
Oh, he was just fucking around because Vanity Fair was talking to him, and they were asking about personal grooming. He was just like, more and more I find bathing to be less necessary at times. I do think there's a whole world of not bathing out there that is really helpful for skin maintenance, and we naturally clean ourselves. He was just fucking with him.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
It's pretty. Yeah.
Based.
I will be right back, everybody. I gotta run upstairs and take care of something. Ah, I'm back. I like how in the opening scene of the plot of Space Jam 2 basically gets kicked off because LeBron misses a game winner when he's in youth basketball.
Whew, I finally missed a game winner. Did you guys see every game ever? And he missed the layup. The uncontested layup.
What am I doing here?
Wow. That is... Whew, that's pathetic. I searched for uncontested layup on YouTube and I got this. Missing an uncontested layup WNBA footage. First is a jump shot, which is an air ball. And then goes for the uncontested layup and just blows it.
Like Derek Fisher style?
It's a YouTube short, so it's like 7 seconds. You can just watch it yourself, but
Like you remember?
Essentially,
Do you remember the Derek Fisher 3-on-0 layup that he bricked? That was a classic. Let me see if it's still on YouTube. Wow, this video looks fucking disgusting.
I think we're watching the same one. Is it from 16 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this that's hardly any pixels at all. But yeah, I forgot he played for the Jazz.
No, that was the team that got all pissed off at him because
Yeah, his daughter had cancer, right?
yeah, eye cancer or whatever, and he's like, I'd like to go back to LA. The thing is, he did that when the Lakers were still like pretty mediocre, so it's not like he was planning on going to some super stacked team. So the whole complaining thing was kind of weird.
Yeah, you know, if Kevin Durant said, "Oh, my daughter has eye cancer. I'd like to go to the Lakers now, please," everyone's like, "You don't have a daughter." You know, Katie may actually be shooting blanks.
Wasn't he married to like some WNBA player?
Um, I think it was Candace Parker. No, Monica Wright. The closest he came to marriage was when he was engaged to former WNBA star Monica Wright. The couple was engaged for a few months before they decided to call it off and go their separate ways. Since then, Katie has dated Cassandra Anderson back when he was with the Warriors. He also dated April Jones and Jasmine Shine. There have always been rumors, the biggest one being Lana Rhodes.
He's never been married. Wow.
Yeah, Lana Rhodes is the one who everybody assumes that she got knocked up by Blake Griffin because
really?
that baby came out and was very obviously mixed race but had red hair. So it's like, well, there's only one motherfucker like that, because she's all like, she sat there like she made a fucking TikTok while she's holding her infant child, and everyone's like, this is a terrible look. But again, remembering that Lana Rhodes is a porn star. So Blake Griffin knocked up a porn star, and she was making that TikTok. She's all like, "What advice would I give to young women? Don't get knocked up by an NBA player." And then the kid looks like almost exactly like fucking Blake Griffin. I swear to God, I thought NBA players were nice guys. Next thing you know, I said I'm pregnant, and he told me to go fuck myself. And at the time that she was talking about, like while she was still pregnant, at the time she was talking about this, you know, she just said NBA player and that she got knocked up. So everyone was saying it was either Kevin Durant or Blake Griffin. And then the baby came out and it was like, yeah, it was Blake. Like, 1,000,000%, that's Blake. Like,
Blake had a max contract not that long ago. He can take care of that fucking baby.
like Paul George style?
The duality of man. Take care of the baby. Take care of the baby.
Or like fucking well, I just sent you a DM. You can tell too. It's pretty clear.
Or Ray Caruth style.
Yeah. Fucking it reminds me of that Animaniacs bit where they had good idea, bad idea. Did you ever see that?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, where they do things like that. One of my favorites was good idea, playing catch with your grandpa, and then he's just playing catch with his grandpa. Bad idea, playing catch with your grandpa, and then he lifts up his grandpa and he starts tossing him back and forth. He's, oh God, put me down. Good stuff. Yeah, it's like good idea, taking care of your baby. Bad idea, taking care of your baby.
The only thing I really remember from the Animaniacs is Katie Kaboom, for some reason. I don't know why, but that's what I remember from that show. Did you ever watch a regular show?
Yes.
Did you like it?
Yes.
Hmm. I
I
never
really do.
watched that one, but it's fucking bizarre. I was watching some clips of it earlier. I don't know what to say about it.
It is very funny.
Hmm. Did you ever see the fucking Meat Canyon video for regular show?
No.
Okay. Don't watch it. It's horrifying.
Okay.
Unless you're into that kind of thing.
Is God, I remember this one. Oh man.
It's so fucking good. Did you ever watch a Chowder?
Yeah, I watched that one too. No, but in the good idea, bad idea, skip to the timestamp 211 because there was a YTM&D after the Michael Richards Laugh Factory incident.
Yeah. 211? Okay. Somebody should make a YouTube poop of the clip where Michael Richards went on, I think it was Letterman, after the Laugh Factory incident, and he said, "I am not a racist," and everyone started clapping in the audience. They should make it so everyone starts booing. It's like when Magic Johnson went on Letterman to say, "I am not a homosexual," and then everyone started clapping, like unironically in real life. I don't know. It's- Of those cartoons you watched when you were a kid, which ones do you feel like aged well to where they're still like funny to you even as an adult? Because some of them really didn't. Hmm. 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 And Vontae Burfict really did that guy dirty. They should invite Antonio Brown to do a set on the in the Laugh Factory to see what happens. All right, Rainey, what's up? His power level's pretty high. Mm-hmm. Next time I go to Vegas, I should try that, is what you're saying. Hey, is this guy not in prison for the rest of his life? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember Pac-Man accused him of faking after the game to get a flag. If he was faking, this is one hell of a fucking yeah. Why are you gay? The uncontested layup. Uh, okay. I got a little bit of time. Let's try. I have an idea. Come on. Great Bridge. Yeah. I mean, if you're somebody like a KD and you have those incredible athletic genes and you're super rich and tall, how do you not at some point have a kid? That's kind of crazy. If you're unless you're shooting blanks, like that may legitimately be the answer here. Man, crazy. I mean, he'd probably be a pretty bad father, honestly, because he was raised without one, but you can break the cycle, man. Let's see here. Okay, let's try it. I am the very model of a modern major general. I have information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the kings of England, and I quote the fights historical from Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical. Oh yeah, I don't think we ever discussed this, but you know about the Victor Wembayama Britney Spears thing, right? Okay. Yeah. I wish we had video of it. I want to see this video. Like, did he just like fucking like drop her? Did he like fucking give her the people's elbow? Like, I wonder how exactly it went down. Hmm. Right. Man, that's true. Yeah. Not that I was ever okay. Not that I was ever super into her. It is kind of depressing though how poorly Britney Spears aged. Like I was looking at the pictures of her because of the incident, and she's like 40. It's not that old. Right. All right. Oh. All right. I'll see you shortly. Hmm. I've been told this fight is a fucking pain in the ass, so I may not end up doing it, but I'll take a shot at it because I don't have anything else to do right now. Yeah, this is looking like the kind of fight that you don't really want to be a melee user for. That's my professional diagnosis so far. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing this one. Especially if it makes me make that whole trek back every time, which it seems like it will. We are probably just, yeah, yeah. If it makes me do the whole damn thing again, that's a pain in the ass. If he's going to be so damn hard to beat, I'm not doing that. So, realistically, there isn't too much else that I can do that I know of. Like I completed Rainey's quest line, and and I guess that's just going to be the ending I get. Mm-mm. And I'm totally cool with that. I've fully upgraded all my swords, and I think my shield is fully upgraded too if I need to use it, which I don't think I do. I got a fully upgraded Mimic Ash. I don't know what else I can really do other than maybe grind up an extra level, which I don't even know if it would stand to benefit me all that much. Maybe there's like an Evergall that I missed somewhere, but I wouldn't benefit from it except for, the thought that I did it. Um, let's go to the table. Oh, I need runes for that? Oh. Welcome back. Like, oh yeah, so the second half of that conversation I was talking about Britney Spears, like, you may have already seen this because you're you. Salma Hayek posted some pictures of her, or video of her yesterday because it was like National Bikini Day or something, and she looks fantastic. And she's 57, I think. Like 57 is no joke. Mything Stone 5. I would have to go get some runes, but I could do it. I guess there's no stress in Salma Hayek's life if she still looks like that at 57. There's no mental unwellness. All right, let's get a lot rid of the crap in my inventory. Honestly, I probably don't need any of these, but whatever. I hope you don't actually. Okay. Maybe that'll be enough. Uh, So, how's your king doing in Crusader Kings, by the way? Did he work his way out of his depression? So, wait, does your king get married, or how does that? Ah, mhm. Okay, makes sense. I can dig it. So, what are your plans for tomorrow? If you happen to know yet. No, all I said was, do you have any idea what your plans are for tomorrow? By which I mean today. Okay. Because I'm probably going to beat this game tomorrow, by which I mean today, and I don't know exactly when I'm going to play it. Obviously, it's not like you really care to see me beat Elden Ring, but I'm just trying to figure out when I'm going to do it. Because my schedule is going to be all messed up now because I'm up right now playing this, obviously. Like, are we? Wait, wait, wait. Are we talking about like a Caligula piece of shit? Or are we talking about like? Okay, okay, I get you. The ultimate cucking. Wow, I'm impressed. What an dear God. How did his? Mhm. Man, can you make his brother kill him and usurp the throne, just so you can get someone who isn't a complete fucking loser on the throne? So you really have no play here other than to make him die an early death after producing an heir. Is that supposed to be a stress release? I thought that was like to punish you, punish yourself for having impure thoughts. Huh. Okay. Well, good for him. Mhm. Mm. All right. Man, I thought this game was realistic. You interact with your wife to decrease your stress levels. What the? Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. My parents always told me that I was meant for great things. They were right. Make a little ride on my big green tractor. Make it go slow, or we can go faster. Hope my boner lasts forever with my fist up your ass. All right, let's see if maybe there were some Evergulls that I missed. That's the only thing I can really think of. I don't. All right, here we go. I think that is an Evergull that I never did. Maybe we can do it now. Memories. Oh God. Dude, stop spamming the same attack over and over. Oh my God. Oh, this guy's a pain in the ass. Why are you gay? You are gay. If you think you are getting through this class without kissing my cock, you are dead wrong. Alright, fuck this guy. If he's just gonna keep flying away every time I get close to him, then fuck him. I'm not fighting him. Little pussy ass bitch. Miss Frizzle, I don't want to learn about that stuff. I want to learn about wet ass pussy. Wop, wop, wop. I'm bussin'. Vlad the Impaler. Best. Oh, I can't do Ash summons. Okay. Oh my god, this guy's a menace. Okay, well, this is not good. This doesn't seem doable. I need to get bleed damage on this guy or else I'm never gonna beat him. Oh boy, yeah. This guy's a piece of shit. That's weird. I feel like I've done the higher level Evergalls without any real problem. I'm surprised. Hey, cool kid, how you doing? Yeah. I'm not going to be on too much longer, though, cool kid. I just wanted to basically do everything I could do in Elden Ring before I go beat the final boss, which I am going to do later today, as it were. Class after class of ugly, ugly children. Okay, not bad. Are you kidding me, dude? I rolled away. That was horse shit. Dude, fuck that. Ugh. I'll try one more time, and then I'm going to bed. My boner lasts forever. Oh, come on, dude. What am I supposed to do when he does that, huh? That ain't fair. Up your balls. He sucks a dick and Are you kidding me? Bite me. Bite my ass, dick. Oh god, get out of my way. Get out of the fuck out of my way. Fuck that move. All right. I'm not going to bother beating this guy. This guy sucks. I can't Ash summon, and that move is basically a one-hit KO if he's close enough to you. So I am going to teleport to the Elden Beast and beat him tomorrow. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is it. Level 140. All my weapons and shields maxed out. Like, if I can't do it now, I don't really know what I could do short of grinding for a pretty extended period. All right. So that's going to do it for tonight. I'm going to get out of here. Thanks, everybody. It's been one heck of a ride, but hopefully tomorrow I'm able to beat this game. Pretty sure one way or the other. I may end up like summoning a player-controlled assistant. That's possible, but one way or the other, we'll do it.
No problem. Holy shit, it's already 3 a.m. I know that feeling. Yeah. On a lighter note, I do have some good news.